Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of You and I with W Optics. My name is Dejong, your host, and on this show, we'll be discussing about eye health related topics with our weekly special guests so that you can understand how our eyes work and how to care for one of our most important senses, our sight. So catch us live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. on our W Optics Facebook page and encore telecast on our W Optics YouTube channel. So apart from these, you can also stand a chance to win attractive prizes and a mystery giveaway gift for all viewers, which we'll be announcing at the end of every episode. So all the prizes are different each week. So do tune in to find out how you can win these prizes. So, and if you have any questions in mind that you would like to ask, please feel free to drop in any questions in our comment section right down below, and we will address them as many as possible. So, all right, so on today, we are going to find out whether or not blurry vision can be a safety hazard in our life. So I've always advised my parents to wear the right glasses for safety reasons, but my mom has always refused to do so due to her vanity. She even claimed that her myopia has improved as she got older. So there were many instances whereby she almost fell when she missed her footing due to the fact that she couldn't see clearly. This is actually a major cause of concern, especially for the elderly folk, as falls such as these could lead to serious injuries and therefore serious consequences. So, my father has also experienced much inconvenience in his daily activities. One such example would be when he was driving. So he will put on his reading glasses to check his map and read the fine prints on his phone, and then having to remove the reading glasses while he was driving. No, it is rather dangerous as you should be concentrating on the roads while driving, not fumbling with your reading glasses, etc. This is just like an accident waiting to happen. So, having said all that, with such advanced technology these days, we just might have the right solution here. And nothing beats having the experts tell us about it. So here we have our special guest from Essilor Singapore, Mr. Tommy Chen. Hello, Tommy.
Hello, hi.
Hi. So he's the sales manager for Essilor Singapore, and before that, he used to be an optometrist. So hi, Tommy. Can you share more with us about what you actually do at Essilor?
Hi, Tezong. Hi, everyone. Thanks for the introduction. So, first of all, I'm so happy to be here, and it really is an honor to be on the show. My role in Essilor takes care of the commercial aspect of the business. So, I connect Essilor and all the optical stores in Singapore together, and that allows me to have plenty of opportunity to work with many experienced optometrists in the industry, and hence understanding the optical solutions and their application as to how certain type of optical lenses can help correct different type of needs are actually among the top of my scope.
Wow.
So before my time with Essilor, I was practicing optometry in an optical retail stores with a couple of years of experience, and that actually exposed and allowed me to help me understand the different type of vision problem everyone faces, the kind of vision correction they require, and different type of solution to help them lead a life of clear vision. So just a little bit about Essilor. Essilor is a world leader in prescription and optical lenses, the very pair of lenses you wear in front of your eyes. And Essilor has over 170 years of history and is always driven by innovation and have the vision of improving lives by improving sight. And today, Essilor has corrected vision of more than 7 billion people worldwide.
Wow. 170 years of history. So there's so much time that has passed and all these technological advancements. That's amazing to know, isn't it?
Mhm.
So, Tommy, coming back to our topic for today, can blurry vision be a safety hazard in our daily life?
Now, I think let's begin. Vision is the most important senses among our five senses. According to studies, 90% of the information we receive actually came from our vision. In fact, blurred vision not only brings about some inconveniences, but it may cause some safety hazards as well. Some effects of not getting blurred vision treated or corrected includes eye strain, headaches, risk of personal safety, and of course, reduced quality of life. So blurry vision not only limits the distance you are able to see, it also increases the reaction time as you are not able to pick up danger and process it or even act on time. And this function is especially important for a lot of our daily tasks like driving, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And blurry vision also impairs the eye's ability to distinguish or judge distance between two objects. In other words, 2D and 3D. Okay, so without this ability, it may result in dangers such as missing your footing, resulting in falling, like what you mentioned, your mom's case, or just simply being unable to perform certain occupation or tasks safely. And when we put blurry vision versus safety hazard together, I think the common and the first thing that comes to mind will usually be the elderly around us. And actually, there's a condition that occurs in most of them, which is what we call presbyopia.
Presbyopia.
Hmm. So presbyopia is one of the most common condition, not understood well enough, and it's actually a condition where the eye ages and it fails to focus at near. And usually it's termed as old flower eye or 老花, or yeah, in
Oh,
Singapore, some may even call it the long arm syndrome. And
I've heard
studies
of
have
that.
shown, yeah. So studies have shown 1 out of 3 elderly above the age 65 falls annually, and this falls has a lot of correlation to blurry vision and how it results to reduce their reaction time of moving objects or simply the lack of the ability to judge that.
Hmm. So how can we tell if we or someone has presbyopia? I know I believe you and I are not going to face this problem anytime soon, right? But I think my parents are, but sometimes I think they themselves are not sure whether they have it or not. Or maybe they don't want to admit it because it's a sign of aging.
Now, our eyes, like other body parts, they age,
Mm.
and your eyes are expected to age, and it's really an inevitable cause. So, in the past, it was taught to many people that presbyopia will begin. They should experience it close to the age of 40 and above. And I think there was a statistics from 2015 estimating that about 1.1 billion people worldwide are currently affected by this condition. So,
Wow.
yep. And as we live through the new normal, the unprecedented times like this current pandemic, the way we live and work has now changed. Everything we do on a daily basis, from the way we work to the way we converse, like what we are doing right now, to even shopping, banking, and exercising are very much dependent on digital devices. So these new vision habits has actually taken a significant toll on the performance of our eyes, and presbyopia is now observed to occur at some cases as early as 37 years of age. In
Wow, that's really young. I'm almost there, I think.
correct. So, this thing in Singapore today, the median age is at 42.2 years. And that means half of our population should be getting vision correction aids to help them with their presbyopic condition. And an interesting fact, coupled with the life expectancy of Singapore at about the age of 80 years old, so we can definitely expect presbyopia to dominate decisions for better eye health for more than 40 years to go. Unfortunately, in a recent study in 2019, 92% of the studied individual above the age of 40 does not even know what presbyopia is, and yet 99% of them were actually suffering from this symptom already.
Wait, this sounds serious. So,
Yeah.
so what are the telltale signs of having presbyopia then?
Now, I think the common prominent symptom includes the need to hold reading material further,
Mm-hmm.
some squinting on the eyes while reading, which is something very common for myopic person to see far. They squint to see far. In this case, they squint to see near. Uh, Frequent eye fatigue, and also a lot of difficulty reading in lower light condition. And presbyopia usually occurs at the age of about 37 years and up due to the loss of flexibility of the lens in the eye to focus at near. So here I have a chart. So this is actually where the lens is, and
Okay. The transparent part, is it?
correct. So this transparent part. Normally, these lenses are actually flexible and they bend at will. So you are able to focus on things up close or far away. So it adjusts like a camera, auto focusing.
Mhm.
So as you age, these lenses actually hardens, and along with the loss of strength of the muscles controlling it, what we call the ciliary muscles, it results in a physical change in your eye. So light reflected or refracted does not land precisely into the retina, so it causes the blur.
I can't really see that happening. So this is inevitable, right? This will happen even if you like keep your eyes healthy and look like far often. Like this is like aging. Is that right?
Yep. Yes. So
I can't imagine that happening. Oh no.
yes. Okay, so in real simple terms, you just imagine your eye as a muscle. So moving your eyes to see things at different distance from your mobile phone to your TV, laptop, or even too far, it's like putting your eyes on a gym workout. So it constantly stretches and flexes the muscle for us to see clearly. And however, as we age, right? So this muscle loss its strength, and hence it's not able to stretch or to bend as it requires to see at different distance as precisely as we used to. So even if you never had any eye conditions before or any health problem, uh, presbyopia is a condition you can't escape. Okay, so when some of the cases may appear milder or later on the onset, this is actually a biochemical or permanent process, and there's really nothing you can do about.
Oh.
Right. And to really identify or rule out or just pick up whether you're really having presbyopia, the best way is actually to visit an optometrist or to go for your regular eye examination at least once a year, so that you can actually filter out or rule out eye health issues earlier, if there's any implementation or vision correcting
Mm-hmm.
solution, before it's too late. Because I think some eye blurriness really can be due to many other conditions, and I would really say that it's best not to sit on it and to consult a professional on this matter.
So about how old should you start having like an examination for presbyopia, for example? 37 years old?
Well, I would say as soon as you start experiencing any symptom. Now this age or these ranges of age are basically a guide. But
Oh.
I would say that as soon as you experience any symptoms mentioned above, such as holding things further, having to squint, difficulty reading in low light, or simple things like reading off your mobile phone becomes a very difficult task,
Mm-hmm.
that will actually trigger a need to quickly have it checked by an optometrist.
Uh, so could it be like other conditions instead of presbyopia, like cataracts, for example? How do we tell?
Oh, yes. So I think because there are so many different type of eye conditions, you really
Yeah.
would want to rule out, for example, like you mentioned, cataract. So cataract is basically yellowing of the lenses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh, that
so
looks scary. It looks like a
yeah,
horror movie.
such yellowing can cause blur, or even basically these yellowing blocks light from entering the eye. So like if I were to draw parallel, headlights from a car, that as age over time, it becomes not as clear. Okay, so I think you would really want to rule out this or any other conditions before an optometrist can advise you on the next step. So, in fact, some may even be vision-threatening disease such as glaucoma or age-related macular disease. So, but people diagnosed with presbyopia it's actually a very simple correction by just using a pair of progressive lenses or even multifocal lenses for those who prefer to do without glasses. Yeah.
Actually, that analogy of the car with the yellowing headlights, that's quite relatable. Like I see all those old cars outside with all those yellow headlights, and I'm like thinking, oh, this can happen to our human eyes as well. That's
Perfect.
quite interesting to know. But
Correct.
I mean, I didn't know about all these, and I never thought of it since I'm still quite young. Wink, wink. But I think my parents need these lenses badly because they're always complaining or squinting all the time. And sometimes you can't even see clearly in the restaurants, especially in dim lighting
Yes.
restaurants, like those romantic kind of stuff. I mean, it is good to know that we might have just found the right solution to all of that. All right, so let's take a break here and get ready to answer the question for the day and win some attractive prizes. So, on every episode of You and I, we'll be giving away prizes to our viewers, and it is simple. Simply answer the question that I'll be prompting shortly on the following comment section down below. Like and share this live session, and thereafter, our admin will generate the winners through a random name picker program with the names of those who answered this question correctly. So no need to have fastest fingers first. Just answer the question correctly before we announce a winner at the end of this show. So today, we are giving away one pair of Verilux X Series progressive lenses, index 1.6. So index refers to the thickness of the lens by Essilor, along with a pair of Masunaga 1905 optical frames for the lucky one who answers the question correctly. The question which I'm about to announce shortly. So remember on our premier episode, we were talking about UV protection for our eyes. Yes. On top of that, we are adding on transitions coating for complete coverage. And of course, a comprehensive eye examination at W Optics with a total value of $2,110. So do note that progressive lenses are meant for people with presbyopia. But that being said, don't let it stop you from joining in our draw for our younger viewers out there. Because you have parents, you can win it for your parents as well, right? So are you ready? Here comes the question. What type of lenses should a person with presbyopia use? So leave your answer on the following comment section, like and share this live stream, and the winners will be announced at the end of this show. Fret not if you don't win these prizes, as we will also announce a special mystery gift worth $100 each for all our viewers, so stay with us until the end. So, okay, back to you, Tommy. I believe most of our viewers right now must be thinking the same as me.
Mhm.
What exactly is a progressive lens?
Okay, so here I have a enlarged version of a progressive lens.
Mm-hmm.
So a progressive lens typically has three zones. Okay, the far, the intermediate, and the near. Okay, so the far is where your eyes are situated at this area. It's where we will position the eye, and it allows you to see distance clearly. So this area and above are typically about the same power, and you have a wide zone for far,
So
right?
anywhere from the opposite of your room to like the
Correct.
grassy fields out there.
This area over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and right at the bottom is where you see the. This is where the near power is situated, and this near or the lower portion of the lens is where most of the tasks are located. So below your natural vision, you usually look low, look down towards the bottom of the glasses for your phone or your desk work, etc. Okay, so in between this area is where the what we call the corridor, where power you require for intermediate locates. And this area right in the middle between your natural eye posture to the lower part of the lens. It actually allows you to view about a distance of 1 to 4 meters clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and notice these two sides with the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
So
these
what are
two,
those?
yeah, these two are, if you can see here on the screen or on my
It's
chart.
slightly less clear, these areas.
Correct, correct. So
What are they actually?
they're actually blurred areas, slightly off power areas where
Mm-hmm.
your eyes normally don't go to. So these areas are inevitable when it comes to a progressive lens design because of the different power that is required. So these areas are kind of like sacrificed. They're actually slightly off powered areas where your eyes don't normally go to, and when you view through this area, this is where you feel some slight discomfort. But of course,
Oh, is that
uh,
why you ask us to like when we first adapt to lenses, we should like look all the way to the left so that we don't look at these off power areas, is it?
correct. But of course, that is an exaggerated
Like
way to do it.
or
But I
like
think yes, yes. In general, if you do ask a few of the or many of the progressive lens wearers, they are definitely aware of this, but many will tell you, we have grown so adapted to it. You don't go into these areas. And besides, normally when you put on a pair of glasses, you hardly look at the bottom corners of the lenses. It's just not your natural or usual posture.
Mhm.
So of course, when you also look at different part of the lenses, the power are all different. So these different powers actually brings you back to your younger days. The reason for this different power is really to give you a suitable power required for the different distance that you require to see clear. So, of course, progressive are an update of what we used to call bifocal lenses,
Oh, I heard of that before. It's the one
right?
where like my grandfather used to wear the big ones with this circular thing in the middle for you
Yes.
to look at your book, something like that, right?
Correct, correct. So bi means two. So bifocal means you have two focal point. So half of it allows you to see far. This is an older design where half of it is for reading. Of course, bifocal also has the different kind of design. Some only having a smaller piece, but this bifocal is an older model. But
Mhm.
for illustration purpose, this is to show you that the distance for far, half of it is for far, and half of it is for near. So notice when you look at your phone, the other areas are equally blurred as well. Okay, so progressive lenses are an evolution of this where you no longer have the line. Yeah, so it gives you that seamless look, and a far smoother progression.
So it looks like our technology has definitely progressed.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about who are these progressive lenses for.
Mhm.
So
Tell me more.
yes, so progressive lenses are designed generally for people who starts to have presbyopia and yet wishes to lead the life they used to be, or they want to revert back to the kind of vision they have during their younger days,
Mm.
and therefore also without the need to or carry another pair of reading glasses with them, or simply removing their glasses to read. I'm sure you have seen people does this kind of thing when they need to read,
Yes.
right? Have you seen?
Like those the typical old people action.
Correct, correct. And I think some kids are also fitted with progressive lenses for myopia
Oh, I
management.
was fitted with it before actually. Like the progressive lenses where like there was a far power and like the near distance power. So that means I have presbyopia.
No, no, no. Those lenses are really fitted for myopia management purpose. But
Oh, so it's
yeah,
different.
that's
It's
not
same but different.
same but different. Yeah, and that's not really what we are here to discuss today. So I think anyone above the age of mid 30s, I would say, will be really suitable.
Mhm.
As soon as you start experiencing some symptoms like reading off your phone, the inability to read them. And in fact, one key thing to note is getting adapted or wearing progressive lenses is really like learning. The younger you start, the easier it is for you to simply just get used to it.
Right. Perhaps you can tell us why a presbyopia person should wear progressive lens instead of the usual reading glasses, like my mom, who's always on her reading glasses.
But that's simple. As mentioned earlier, I think it's convenience. It really is convenience. So wearers will no longer need to switch between two pair of glasses. So if you have one for progressive, you don't really have to remove it and switch it over to your reading glass, so on
Mhm.
and so forth. You do not need to adjust or remove your glasses for reading. No more lifting it up or doing any other odd postures. Uh, and as a whole, it really improves how you look aesthetically. So it a pair of progressive really looks like any other pair of glasses, and no one will be able to tell your age.
Hmm.
And
That's true.
lastly, I think correct. And lastly, the part where I had a lot of emphasis on, which is the clear vision at all distance. So you no longer need to struggle to read, lifting your glasses to see near. Life would just simply return to nearly how it was before you actually had presbyopia. Mm.
So I should recommend my parents that's the best technology there is, right? There's no contact lens with like progressive lens feature, right?
Well, there is, but it's of a totally different design.
Or
Um,
so it doesn't work like the quadruple focal points system.
no, but I would encourage you to speak with an optometrist. They can help you
I will
understand
do
more.
that very soon.
Correct. So another thing is that a pair of progressive is typically designed or it's customized, fully customized to that wearer, and it simply, as mentioned earlier, it allows you to see multiple distance, with no abnormal viewing habits, and it's simply convenience. If you ask why would you want a pair of progressive lenses over reading glasses.
Hmm. So in comparison to reading glasses, the progressive lenses really does seem very confident, very convenient. So I guess with it, we can do away with reading glasses.
Yeah. So reading glasses gives you only a single power, and it does not cater any mid or near. So after your arm's length kind of power, anything further it gets totally blur. And we all understand that this digital time and age, this computer or digital distance is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And the the best or I think the most troubling thing to me is that a pair of reading glasses, you actually have to put it away after use, and it increases the chances of you actually losing that pair of reading glasses.
That's very true.
Yeah. So there's always a group of people that tells me they use those reading glasses that they purchase off the shelf. To some point you may even buy it from a convenience store. Yeah, those reading glasses are not customized to the particular presbyope, and it doesn't account for the distance between your eyes. All right. So, and most people actually complain of headaches after prolonged use, um, because we don't have same power on both eyes, and as we usually say, no one pair of eyes are the same, right? So, last important point, I think currently I think 83% of Singapore young adults are already myopic and are already wearing glasses, right?
That's true. I used to wear glasses as well until I did
Correct.
surgery.
Yeah, so actually bringing around another pair of reading glasses really is a hassle. And since you already have a pair of glasses, over your face, it definitely brings about a lot of
Mm.
inconvenience on your daily day-to-day basis, or to physically carry it around or change them when you require them.
That's true. My mother wouldn't bring reading glasses out, and she always asks me to ask her to help her read labels with fine prints, especially when she is doing her grocery shopping at the supermarket.
Yeah, actually some people owns a multiple pair of reading glasses because of such hassle. They usually have one pair in the workstation, one pair in the car, one pair in the living room. To some people that I know, even at one pair in the toilet. So yeah.
Or maybe because they lose it all the time. So, all
Yes.
right, for those of you who just joined us for this live stream, we are giving away a pair of Masunaga 1905 frames worth $700, along with a pair of Verilux X Series progressive lenses with transitions coating worth $1,330. So, of course, in order to customize with the perfect pair, and by regulation, before dispensing any optical products, you'll also get yourself a comprehensive eye examination at W Optics worth $80. So simply answer, what type of lenses should a person with presbyopia use? Leave your answer on the following comment section, like and share this live stream, and the winners will be announced at the end of this show. And stay tuned as I'll be announcing today's mystery giveaway gift for all our viewers. So Essilor's Verilux X series progressive lenses was launched in 2018, and this lenses
Yes,
is
that's
meant
right.
for people who has presbyopia, as mentioned by Tommy. So people as early as 37 years old may have it. So it allows our wearers to have clear vision at all distances, near, intermediate, and far distances. So without switching to another pair of glasses. So it's something like one pair of lenses to settle it all. So Tommy,
Mm.
can you share with us why Essilor's Verilux progressive lenses? What is the difference compared to the other progressive lenses in the market?
Now, first of all, just to brag a little bit, Essilor being the first creators of progressive, it all started in 1959,
Mhm.
and a lot of R&D goes into this simple looking pair of lenses, like like this. Okay, and there are over 400 million Verilux wearers in the world, and simply put, one out of two pair of progressive lenses are Verilux.
Mm.
So Essilor, Verilux, and amongst that group of creators are actually amongst Forbes World 50 most innovative companies in 2014.
Oh.
We got that award, and Verilux is also the number one progressive lens brand recommended. So now these pair of lenses have been tested in real life conditions and validated by real life wearers. Hence, it actually bears the approved by wearers mark. So in Essilor, we incorporate a process called live optics. It's actually a four-step process which places emphasis on not just lab testing, okay, but more importantly, the wearer, to ensure every lens that is launched into the market is approved by actual wearers, where at least 8 out of 10 wearers approve that design.
Oh. Are there different types of progressive lenses?
Yep. So like many products in the in whatever market or industry, there are many designs that you can choose from in the entire Verilux portfolio. But generally, Verilux Progressives consider the five compelling reasons that you choose your pair of progressive. Okay, so I think number one, we consider clear vision at any distance. So be it near or far, Verilux range gives you clear vision whatever the distance. So number
Mhm.
two, it gives you total comfort in any task. So whether I work with a computer, using your smartphone, tablet, screen, or simply reading a newspaper, Verilux range provides total comfort.
Mm.
Right. Point number three, simply HD. So it's actually high resolution vision in any light, and Verilux allows you to enjoy greater contrast and sharpness. So this increased quality is simply comparable to HD TV over your standard TV.
It does sound like a television kind of technology, like high resolution. I'm like, woo.
Yes. So it's actually Wave 2.0, but let's not bore with too much technical details. So I think point number four is Verilux considers dynamic vision steady in motion. So in other words, it's great. They are great for sports and active lifestyle. And Verilux range allows you to see perfectly even in motion. And last but not least, the point mentioned before, it it considers quick adaptation, correct? So all Verilux lenses are tested and approved by wearers to ensure your satisfaction, including fast and easy adaptation.
Sounds like there's loads to choose from. So do
Yeah.
they come in choices for special coatings as well?
Yep. So all Verilux progressive lenses comes with our all new Crizal Sapphire coating. Okay, so Crizal Sapphire improves transparency, reduces reflection compared to other generic coatings in the market, and along with easy handling and improved durability. So it gives you scratch resistance, dust, smudge, and water repellent, and a good ESPF 35 for UV protection. It also comes with a default blue light protection with Crizal's blue UV capture as an added feature. So it comes with it,
Oh, so,
right?
so it protects your eyes against UV light, like those blue light blockers.
Yes, so it blocks blue and it blocks 35 ESPF UV. So for those who uses cream, whatever you apply on the screen,
So it's like
you guys
applying sunscreen on your eyes.
correct. So you should be familiar with ESPF.
Yes.
Yep. So in I think in summary, Essilor progressive lenses are much easier to get adapted to, with an increased comfort, a superior set of coating, and all the protection that your eyes need. So I think you guys, I believe you guys know Chen Hanwei, right?
Oh, of course. He's like one favorite actor. I've acted with him before actually. He's quite fun to work with.
Correct. Yeah, so Chen Hanwei, the MediaCorp artist, he's definitely one happy Verilux progressive wearer. And he's also our Essilor's Verilux ambassador.
Mm.
So in fact, I dealt with him personally. So I assisted him on the fitting of his progressive lenses, uh, the one that you brought up, the Verilux X series. So he's been a progressive wearer for a while, and he shared with us, the vision issues that he have, like simply not being able to read scripts or reading news on his tablet, and even on one occasion, due to a pair of pole-fitted progressive, he almost got into a car accident as he couldn't see well.
Wow, okay. Now that's a real life situation.
Correct. So right now he's pleasantly surprised with what Verilux gives, and he's also very surprised that you can have a pair of Verilux progressive lens fitted on his pair of sunglasses. His sunglasses are Verilux tinted lenses.
Oh, so Verilux works on not just normal prescription lenses, but also on like other stuff like sunglasses and
Yep.
your, for example, swimming goggles also, maybe?
That's not ready yet. That's not available. But you get sunglasses, tinted versions or polarized versions of a Verilux
Oh, so there's a
progressive.
lot of different options to choose from. And on a previous note, you mentioned a little about adaptation of progressive lenses previously. So I've heard some horror stories around. So what exactly is the adaptation process that a wearer needs to look out for? Like giddiness, like the swimming effect causes multiple prescription powers within one lens.
Yep. I think there are a lot of variation in terms of individual experience, or even the time taken to adapt to a pair of progressive lenses. So I think most people get used to their lenses or progressive lenses within a week or two. And I think the best way to ensure that you get used to them, you adapt to them, is really like you did just now, to move your head, as well as your when you look sideways, or adjusting to your glasses by wearing them starting from a familiar environment, and avoid going back to your old pair of glasses. So this is really like the analogy of doing something you're new to. So before you actually become totally familiar with them, you tend to start slow. You understand the use of it, like using your new mobile phone, navigating around a new house, a new neighborhood, or even down to driving a new car. So
Mhm.
it's actually the same for progressive lenses. And that common myth that you brought up earlier, or some horror stories many people hear about, is if you will have difficulty walking down steps, or I always hear people falling from the use of progressive lenses. Now, the fact that current progressive lenses are getting really, really easy to get used to, you know, um, new users really should have little difficulty adapting to them. And for new wearers, you can simply tuck in your chin and avoid looking at the reading portion of the lenses, to when you walk down the steps. And I think another question you had was to address giddiness or swim effect. Actually, I would say that they're pretty common. When you put on your first pair of progressive lenses, okay, and as soon as you get adapted to them in a week or two, you should not see or feel them anymore. It's more like a case of your subconsciously avoiding those areas.
Mm.
Yeah, that gives you those discomfort. And if you still feel discomfort, after 2 weeks, it may be a result of, improper use, poor fitting of the lenses. So I would say, visit your optometrist when you experience this, any of the above, so that they can quickly address it.
So does it actually work the other way around? Like for example, if you stop wearing your progressive lenses after a long time, would you have to adapt to your normal eyes? No need, right?
No, no, you don't. Actually, putting on a pair of progressive lenses, it relaxes your eye completely.
Oh.
Yeah, so there are some people who tell me, or share their experience when they remove their progressive lenses, they find that things are blur, and they get kind of worried. And actually, it's just your eyes being in a state of complete relax.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it takes a while for you to focus. And as mentioned earlier, it's really the eyes muscles not working as well anymore, so it takes a while to recover. And people actually get worried, but
Nothing to worry about.
yeah, it's nothing to worry about. When you put on a pair of progressive lenses, when your eyes are of the correct power as it needs, your eyes are completely relaxed, and this is why you experience this kind of blur.
So what are some of
So
your tips in wearing progressive lenses then?
okay, so progressive lenses adaptation, I can think of three tips, right?
Mhm.
So simply, when you put on your glasses or your progressive lenses, okay, simply lower your eyes when you read, right? Like this. So this helps you assess the lower part, the reading area of the
Mhm.
lenses, you know, and wear them often and avoid switching back to your single vision. Okay, that you won't have to restart adaptation again.
Mhm.
And turn your head side to side, or one tip is really to point your nose in the direction that you want to see. Okay, that will mean that you actually avoid those uncomfortable areas. And one important point to note is that in order to drive with your progressive lenses, I would really encourage you to only do so when you're comfortable and confident with it. And I think typically after 2 to 3 weeks of wear, starting from familiar setting, that should put you in the correct position to drive with it.
I see. Pretty much like how we adapt to work from home. It takes a little while to get used to it as well. Anyway, are there any research that shows that the average senior compromises their vision, just like my mother, for example?
Okay, so according to Euromonitor, 55% of the Singaporeans are above the age of 40. Yet 80% of them are not wearing progressives. So I think the reason why many of them are not receptive or are afraid to try are of all the horror stories they hear. But I think as the industry gets more and more experience over the past many years, coupled with advanced technology and innovation development of progressive lenses, it's really not a concern anymore today. And another reason that we believe is that not many actually know about this condition. Just now I shared, a survey done not not many people actually, 92% of them do not know that they have this condition, when 99% of them actually are experiencing symptoms. Most of them are not discussing their problems with the optical stores, or most of them are not getting their eyes checked regularly.
Mm.
And lastly, we believe that this topic is not raised enough. So I think the education and activities can really be raised, to increase the awareness. And we know that visual inputs are thought to be the most important in allowing all of us to coordinate and plan movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's also important in maintaining balance,
Oh.
right?
So it's not just because they are old or something. It's more like actually they have problems with their vision, which causes them to, for example, walk without a good balance, these elderly folks.
Correct, correct. So these are kind of like add-ons. So they
Mm.
already have weaker bodies, and with this, it draws more impacts to them. So our senior, our elderly around us, they are actually more prone to accidents if their vision are not corrected properly, and they remain the top priority of all eye care practitioners to ensure that the elderly's sight are well taken care of. And poor vision, be it for just distance or distance near, is one of the reason, 1 in 3 community dwelling elderly age above 65, and 1 in 2 age above the age 80 will have at least one fall in a year.
Wow.
Yeah, so about 50% of them who said that they have trouble seeing, were simply afraid of falling or hurting themselves. And as a result, this 50% of them chose to limit their activity.
Mm.
And one more than 1 in 4 older adults with vision problems actually have recurring falls, before they were even surveyed.
So you guys have heard from Tommy. If your parents or you yourself think that you might be presbyopic, please consult a professional and visit an optometrist to rule out the possibility that you might need a pair of progressive lenses. And also, we should educate our seniors about how blurry vision can be a safety hazard in any of our lives if we do not attend to it earlier. Okay, just a reminder to all our viewers that if you had not done so, to win a pair of Masunaga frames with Essilor's Verilux X series progressive lenses, 1.6 index with transitions coating, and a comprehensive eye examination at W Optics with a total worth up to $2,110. Simply answer, what type of lenses should a person with presbyopia use? So leave your answer in the following comment section. Remember to like and share this live stream, and I'll be announcing the winners shortly after we've addressed some of your eye health worries or questions for our guest today. And stay tuned as I unveil the mystery giveaway gift worth $100 each for all of you real soon. So it's time for our Q&A session. All right, Tommy, one of our viewers is asking, I have astigmatism. Can I still use progressive lenses?
Yes. So as mentioned, all progressive lenses are customized to fit the wearer, and correcting astigmatism contributes to seeing clear. So yes, the answer is a yes.
So does progressive lenses come with UV protection coating?
Now, majority lens brand comes with some sort of UV protection, some more than the other. So I think it's really important to ask for UV protection, or if your or if your lenses are covered with UV when you visit your optometrist. Um, but as I brought out earlier, I think I'm sure all Verilux lenses do come with UV protection up to a ESPF 35.
So my third question from a viewer would be, may I inquire the thickness index of these lenses? And I think that refers to the Verilux lenses that you were talking about earlier.
Okay, so in terms of the thickness, it really depends on the prescription, or you call it power of the lenses that comes. Of course, with higher power, higher minus power
Mhm.
comes myopia power, comes with thicker lenses. And if increases the index of the lenses actually does become thinner.
Mm.
But there are other variables that you really want to consider. Like, I hope I'm not taking too much time, but if you do have
Tell us more.
high, if you have high power and you're really concerned about thickness, try to avoid frames that are too big. Because as the lens size becomes bigger, it becomes thicker. So I think your optometrist will be able to recommend or decides what index is the most suitable, what frame size is the most suitable for you, and obviously the design of the progressive that is most suitable for you. But as a rule of thumb, if you are really concerned about thickness, try to avoid real big frames, and try to go for a higher index of the lenses that will not only cut some thickness, but it also reduce some weight for you.
Thanks for
The
that
weight
tip.
of
So thank you, Tommy, for answering all our viewers' questions. To find out more on Essilor's Verilux progressive lenses or get yourself the perfect pair, do visit any W Optics stores located near you or visit woptics.sg for more information. All right, so we have been waiting for this moment, and our admin has generated the winners with the correct answer through a random name picker program. So the question is, what type of lenses should the presbyopia person use? And the answer is progressive lenses. So our winner for today is Jimmy Lee. Congratulations to Jimmy, and you will receive a pair of Masunaga frames with Essilor's Verilux X series progressive lenses, 1.6 index with transitions coating, and a comprehensive eye examination at W Optics with a total worth up to $2,110. And of course, we also have two special prizes for two of our viewers who have answered today's question correctly as well. So the winners are John Lee and Ming Yu. Both of you have won yourself a pair of Essilor's Verilux X Series progressive lenses, 1.6 index with transitions coating, and a comprehensive eye examination at W Optics with a total worth up to $1,410. So congratulations to all of you once again, Jimmy, John, and Ming Yu. Please drop a private message to W Optics Facebook page so that we can send through the redemption details to you. And for those of you who have got it right but didn't win, don't be disappointed, because everyone who are viewing this show right now will be able to redeem a W Optics shopping voucher worth $100 at W Optics for any purchase of Essilor's progressive lenses. To redeem, just private message W Optics Facebook page with your name and email address before 10:30 p.m. today. So our admin will then send through an email for the redemption. Remember to check your spam or junk mailbox so that you won't miss the redemption mail. So before you guys get busy sending those DMs in, let our special guest from Essilor Singapore, Mr. Tommy Chen, to give us some final advice. Tommy, please.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Tertong. So I think in summary, good vision is important as it really is related to keeping us safe, or away from safety hazard, and most importantly, retaining a good quality of life,
Mhm.
especially the elderlies. So since presbyopia is inevitable and it's part of the eye that ages, and it can affect near vision for people who are, as young as the age of 37, in this real digital age, I think the best way to fix it is getting yourself a pair of progressive lenses to ensure clear vision at all distance. And most importantly, it's recommended to go for your regular eye examination with an optometrist at least once a year.
All right, thank you, Tommy, for all your advice regarding presbyopia. I'm sure I'll remember you when I turn 37.
Okay.
Just kidding, I'll remember you and all your advice.
Good.
And I'm sure all our viewers found all your advice very helpful. In the meantime, thank you so much, Tommy. See you again.
Thank
Bye bye,
you. Thank you for
Tommy.
having me. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
So, we have come to the end of the live stream, and I hope that you are able to take away some valuable eye care tips. You can also watch this episode encore telecast on our W Optics YouTube channel and follow our W Optics Facebook page for more updates on our next episode and attractive prizes that will be installed for you every week. For more details about today's content and Essilor's very large progressive lenses, you can log on to woptics.sg. So, if you have any concerns about your eye health, do not hesitate to seek professional advice or book an eye examination with an optometrist at any W Optics stores. Meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next Tuesday right over here for another episode of You and I with W Optics. Goodbye.